Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll look at how we can install Arch Linux on VirtualBox. Now I have VirtualBox open, and before you begin the installation, you'll need to download the ISO image. I already downloaded the file. To download it, just open a browser and then search for Arch Linux download. And then go to archlinux.org, then click on download, and if you scroll down, you'll see different options here, different locations from where you can download. So click on one of these depending on where you are. For instance, if I scroll all the way down here for US and just click on the first one, you can see that it's got a list of different files, including the hash or the sum. Now what you need is the ISO image right here. To download, just click on it and it should begin the download. I'm just gonna cancel this. I already downloaded the file. It could take a while depending on your internet speed. So I'm gonna close this out here. Now by default, this should download to your downloads folder. Once the download is completed, you can begin the installation. To install a new virtual machine, you can go to this option here, click on new, and then you'll need to name your virtual machine. I'll call it Arch Linux here, 2025. Then just select the location where you want to install it. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, you can attach your image here, or you can attach it later. So the OS is Linux, and select other Linux. Next, here you'll need to select the memory, and then number of CPUs, disk size. I'm gonna go with 40 here. Now memory, I'm gonna increase this to that. Next, finish, and there's our virtual machine. Now I can go to the settings, right click, go to settings. Okay, again you can go through the settings here. So under general, you have your features. You can enable drag and drop and copying from the host machine. So we can select bidirectional, then drag and drop bidirectional. Okay. Next, system. Here is where you can select again your memory, CPU. So optical display. Okay, you can increase this. Storage. Okay, so this is where we'll attach the ISO image. So right now, if you go to this disk here, it's empty, nothing is attached. If you click here, you can choose a disk file. Go to where you downloaded your ISO image for Arch Linux. So let me see where I have mine. So select it, open. Now it's attached. There it is. Audio network. I normally use the bridged adapter. That way I can access this virtual machine from other machines within my local area network. Everything else I'm just gonna leave as default here. Click OK. Now I'm ready to start the virtual machine. It's selected. I can click start. Okay, you can go with the first option. Just press enter. Okay, once you get to this point right here, it's gonna be on your terminal. You need to type here arch install. This should take us to the next step where we can select the options. So let's wait for it here. The language, as you can see, the language that's selected by default is English. I'm gonna press enter. Enter again. So I don't need to change that. So the keyboard is US. Again, language English, so I'm not gonna change. Let's go to mirrors and repositories. Here you can select the region. Okay, I'm gonna select US here. Enter, enter again. You can go into these options if you wanna do like custom repositories, but I'm not doing that. I'm gonna go back, this configuration. So I'm just using my arrow key, down arrow key, and then press enter. Partitioning, I'm gonna use best effort. Okay, I select that option, and I'm gonna go with the default BTRFS. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the default structure. I'm not using compression. Okay, and that's what we have. I'm not using disk encryption there. So it shows you what it's gonna create there as far as your partitions. Okay, let's go back to the options here. Swap, I'm gonna leave as default. Bootloader is grab. I'm not gonna change that. Host name, I'm not gonna change that. Authentication, here we need to select a password for the root user. So type in a password, confirm the password. Okay, you need to create a user, create a regular user, add user, type the username, put in a password for your user, confirm the password. And you wanna, if you wanna make your user a super user so they can use sudo and run admin commands, press yes. Now I need to confirm and exit. So we have a user and then we have the root password. I'm just gonna go back. Let's look at the profile, select the type. It's gonna be desktop. Now if you don't come in here and make any changes, it's gonna, by default, it's just gonna do a minimum install and you'll just have the terminal. If you need to have a desktop environment, you need to come in here and select desktop, then select which type. I'm gonna go with the KDE. These are the drivers. Back. There is our profile, applications. So here we have Bluetooth. If you want to enable it, you can enable it. No harm. Bluetooth enable, audio. I'm gonna use Pipewire, and that's it. We'll go back. That's the kernel. I'm not changing anything there. Network configuration. You wanna come in here and select this option to use a network manager, which is gonna provide us with a graphical user interface. So that's it. Additional packages, no, I'm not adding anything. Time zone, leave it as at default, not changing the NTP. And here you can save the configuration to a file, and then you can go ahead and install. Yes, press enter. Now the installation is going to begin. This could take a while. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to pause the video. I'll come back if there's anything we need to input. Okay, so the installation is still proceeding here, but it should be done anytime soon. It's been several minutes now. So as you can see, right now it's retrieving packages. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video again here. So as you can see here, the installation is completed. Now we just need to reboot the system. Now what you might want to do here is you might want to just close out and then detach or remove the disk so that it doesn't try to install again. So as you can see, if you don't remove the disk, it's going to go back to the installation. So what you want to do here is, so what we can do is we can go back to VirtualBox and then shut down. Once it's shut down, you can go back to the settings, storage. Okay. Remove attachment, remove. Okay, once you have it removed, it shouldn't show anymore. Okay, now you can click OK. Now you can power on the virtual machine, and it shouldn't try to install it because it's not, the disk is no longer attached. Okay, at the login screen, you can see the username is email. Just put in the password you created for that user. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close these two windows here, and I'm logged in. You can look at this if you want. So this is our Arch Linux machine. Now what we can do in here, we can open the terminal. So let's search for the console. say console, and let's see if I can change the settings. Configure console, profile, new, profile 1. I just need to change the font here. Appearance, I'm gonna go with this. For the font, I'm gonna choose, let's go with 16. Okay, select this and set as default. Okay, close it and open the console again. I'm gonna pin it. It's pinned. The first thing I normally check is to make sure I have a valid IP and I have internet connectivity, so we can do IP address command. So I do have a valid IP. To check if I have internet connectivity and also to verify that my DNS is working, I can ping google.com. Okay, I'm able to ping it. Control C. So 0 packets were lost. So we sent 7 and received 7. Okay. So that's all for this video. That's how you can install Arch Linux on VirtualBox. So I hope this information has been helpful. I'll catch you in my next video. Thanks. Bye.